Imagine a quiet night, the children are asleep. Suddenly, a chilling whisper floats from the baby monitor. This is the beginning of a babysitter's night that spirals into a realm of deep terror and unexplainable phenomena. It starts with strange noises, something we've all brushed off as the house settling or the wind howling. Only, this time, it's different. The noises are coming from the baby monitor, a device meant to reassure, now transformed into an instrument of fear. The soft hum of static is punctured by sounds that should not exist in a child's room. Sounds that make your skin crawl and your heart pound. As the night slithers on, the noises take a more sinister shape. Whispers, a conversation ensues, a dialogue that should send chills down the spine of even the most hardened horror fan. The whispers are not from the children, they're far too young for such articulate speech. No, it's something else, something unseen, an entity that has chosen this quiet night to make itself known. The babysitter's panic begins to take hold. Her mind races with thoughts of specters and poltergeists, of things that lurk in the shadows. She is alone with two sleeping children and an unseen presence, a chilling reality that sends adrenaline coursing through her veins. Her mission now is to protect the children, to shield them from the unknown that is using the baby monitor as its own personal stage. She treads through the night, every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind amplifying her fear. Yet she stands her ground, her resolve hardening with every passing minute. She treads a path that few would dare, navigating a night teeming with fear and uncertainty. The night ends with the children safe, but the babysitter forever scarred by the chilling whispers from the baby monitor. A night that started as any other, ending as a tale of horror that would give even the bravest a reason to lock their doors and check their baby monitors. A night indeed to forget. A peaceful evening turns eerie as a babysitter notices a shadow lurking in the corner of the room. Our babysitter, a seasoned veteran of many a late-night gig, finds herself in a quiet, comfortable living room, the only sound being the gentle tick-tock of a grandfather clock. Out of the corner of her eye, she spots a strange, amorphous shadow. She dismisses it as a trick of the light, a mere figment of her imagination playing games with her tired mind. But as the hours crawl by, the shadow remains. It's steadfast, unyielding, a silent specter in the dimly lit room. She tries to shake off the uneasy feeling, telling herself it's just the effect of a long, exhausting day. But something feels off, something feels wrong. The shadow seems to move, its form shifting, twisting, almost as if it's alive. The room grows colder, the silence louder. Our babysitter's heart beats faster, her breaths become shallow. She tries to ignore the ominous presence, immersing herself in a book, but the words blur together, her focus continually drawn back to the shadow in the corner. It grows darker, denser, its shape more defined. A chill runs down her spine as she realizes it's not just a shadow. It's a figure, a form, a presence that's more than just an absence of light. Her mind races, her palms sweat. She's frozen, unable to tear her eyes away from the corner. And then, it happens. The shadow moves towards her, its form stretching, reaching out. She's face to face with it, her fear palpable, her terror real. She can't move, she can't scream, she can only stare into the darkness that has consumed the room. As dawn breaks, the shadow disappears, leaving the babysitter shaken and questioning her sanity. The room is once again just a room, the corner just a corner. But the memory of the shadow, the fear it brought, remains, a chilling reminder of the night that turned an ordinary babysitting job into a horrifying encounter. A harmless gift, a pretty doll, becomes a babysitter's nightmare as it seems to come alive. Picture this, a doll, a simple child's plaything, innocent in all its plastic and fabric glory, the sort of toy you'd expect to find in any child's room, its painted smile unchanging, its glassy eyes forever staring. But as the evening wears on, this seemingly innocuous doll begins to exhibit unsettling behavior. At first, it's subtle, almost imperceptible. The babysitter catches the doll's fixed gaze following her across the room. It's probably just the trick of light, she tells herself. Yet the feeling of unease persists, growing stronger with each passing hour. The doll, left on the living room couch, somehow finds its way into the kitchen. It's moved, she thinks, but how? There's no one else in the house, just her and the sleeping child. The doll's unblinking eyes seem to mock her fear. its painted smile appearing more sinister than before. The babysitter's discomfort transforms into outright terror as the night progresses. Every creak of the house, every gust of wind, every rustle of leaves seems to be orchestrated by the doll. It's as if the doll has come alive, its plastic heart pulsing with a malicious intent. The babysitter's night spirals into a whirlwind of dread and horror. The doll, appearing innocent in the light of day, has turned into a monstrous puppeteer, pulling the strings of fear with its tiny hands. It's a nightmare she can't wake up from, a horror story unfolding in real time. When the parents return, the doll is back to being just a doll, leaving the babysitter with a terrifying memory she would rather forget. The dawn breaks, and the parents return, oblivious to the night of terror their babysitter has endured. The doll, the orchestrator of fear, resumes its inanimate existence. Its glassy eyes no longer follow, its painted smile no longer sinister. But the babysitter, she'll never forget this night, the night a harmless gift turned into a living nightmare. An unexpected knock at the door turns a routine babysitting job into a night of terror. Picture this, a quiet evening, a peaceful house, the children tucked into bed, and a babysitter settled on the couch, enjoying the calm after a day of chasing around energetic kids. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered by a sharp knock at the door. A stranger stands on the porch, insisting on coming in, claiming to be a friend of the family. But something doesn't feel right. The babysitter, a young woman with more intuition than she gives herself credit for, refuses to let the stranger in. His friendly facade fades, replaced by a chillingly cold stare. He becomes insistent, his knocks turning into bangs, his pleas morphing into threats. The night, once peaceful, spirals into a fight for survival. The babysitter barricades the door, her heart pounding in her chest like a drum. She dials the police, her hands trembling, her voice just above a whisper. The stranger outside grows more desperate, his attempts to enter the house becoming more aggressive. The sound of his fury fills the air, a horrifying symphony of terror. Meanwhile, the children, awakened by the noise, huddle together in their room, their wide eyes filled with fear. The babysitter comforts them, her own fear masked by a brave smile. She tells them stories, distracts them from the chaos unfolding outside their door. Hours feel like eternities. The babysitter remains steadfast, protecting the children, waiting for help to arrive. The stranger outside continues his onslaught, his frustration mounting with each failed attempt to break through the door. Finally, as the first light of dawn pierces the darkness, the wail of police sirens fills the air. The stranger, thwarted by the brave babysitter, disappears into the breaking day, leaving behind a traumatized babysitter and a night filled with horror. As the sun rises, the police arrive and the stranger disappears, leaving behind a traumatized babysitter and a night filled with horror. 4 babysitting jobs, 4 nights of terror. It's a chilling reminder that even the most mundane tasks can take a sinister turn, spiraling into a night of fear and suspense. Our journey through these real-life horror stories has taken us into the heart of darkness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and the mundane morphs into the macabre. Remember the first story? The night that started as a routine babysitting job but ended as a nightmarish ordeal. The strange sounds, the mounting dread, the chilling discovery. It was a night to forget, yet one that will forever be remembered. Then we delved into the second tale of terror, a story that took us into the shadowy corners of a child's room where a sinister presence lurked, the babysitter's fear, the child's terror, and the chilling realization of a haunting presence. An ordinary room transformed into a stage for an eerie spectacle. The third story brought us face to face with a sinister doll, an innocent plaything turned into a symbol of fear, casting a long, ominous shadow over the night. The babysitter's growing unease, the child's innocent fear, and the horrifying truth about the doll, it was a tale that sent shivers down our spine. And finally, the unexpected visitor. What started as a knock on the door turned into a night of terror. The suspense, the fear, the desperation. It was a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of our everyday lives. These stories, each more terrifying than the last, serve as a stark reminder of the chilling possibilities that exist in the ordinary. They take us on a journey into the depths of fear and suspense, reminding us that even the most mundane tasks can hide a world of terror. As we bid you good night, remember, not all is as it seems. Sweet dreams.